on smack myself.
What's great, everybody? So I wanted to do a different video today. Usually, you know, you always see me doing a video by myself, but I wanted to bring my brother, my right-hand man, my ace boon coon. Hey, go ahead, get the people who you are, man.
Hey, man, peace and love. How y'all doing? Just appreciative of the opportunity to sit here with my brother, man. Generally, we always sit here and have talks amongst ourselves, man, but what's the benefit of having talks amongst ourselves and we know we always want to actually make an impact on others? And you never know what can come out of just recording and documenting what we're talking about, you know? So hopefully we give you some content that you can build off of as well, and we can grow together.
Documenting greatness. That's the way I look at it.
Truth.
Something that kind of hit me as I was driving over to his house was just like, there's been a thought I've been having coming on my mind, especially like within the past few hours. I've been working on a flyer for some things that we have coming up. But just don't let the challenges of your greatness stop you from achieving it. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times, you know, there are things that pop up while we're trying to be great. It's not necessarily anything like bad, like, you know, like let's say I was driving earlier and my tire blows out, anything like that, like nothing bad, but in a sense just something that it pushes you to grow while you're sitting up here and experiencing it. So with creating this flyer, never done a flyer before. I don't take myself to be a techno-savvy guy when it comes to computers and stuff like that. But in the same token, it's something I have to step outside of my comfort zone and grow in learning from that experience in order to chase greatness. And not only chase greatness, but beat greatness, because I am greatness. As long as I'm living and breathing, I am greatness. But at the same time, I have to learn how to grow into it. So just listening to my brother's, you know, criticism and critiquing of it, it helped me become better. So now the next time I create a flyer, I understand different avenues to use, different tools, different, you know, resources that I never would have experienced if I didn't step up to this challenge. So it's not a challenge in the sense of it's something hard and making it a difficult achievement for me. Something to make me better, make me grow, man. So I definitely learn from it. Appreciate you as always, brother.
Always. And man, just to build off that as well, is when we have things that we stepping out of our comfort zones with and we don't necessarily have expertise in it, man, because we're not going to be experts in everything, and we can be very confident in one area but lack the confidence in another just because we never actually put the effort in to do this area. And that's not saying that we're wrong or that we should have expertise in the area, because life is immense, man. There's so many things that we don't have ability in. There's so many things I don't have ability in. I know that for a fact. But to be able to grow from the grassroots up, man, sometimes you got to be willing to expand what you're capable of doing until you can reach out to those that are capable of doing something in the area that you don't necessarily thrive in. And from the aspect of what my brother's talking about, man, along with being able to take criticism and learn from it, we also have to be the one that's willing to hold somebody else accountable and say something to them. Because we got so many people that just want to be like yes out here. You know, you got so many yes men and yes women, and you don't really have anybody that's going to truly hold you accountable. Even that is, you know, however you communicate with this individual, however it is, man, however you got to put it to get to that person, you know, of course, do that. But it's so many people that are just scared to open their mouth in general. You know, they're scared of somebody's reaction. They scared they're going to lose a friend. They scared they're going to lose a family member by speaking up. You know, you don't have to sit here and be disrespectful by holding somebody accountable. You just tell them what you think. You tell them an opinion, or you tell them the information that you know that may be different from what they know. And it's like, if you're holding on to something that you know can help somebody get better, is that fair to them if you really, you know, care for them? So it is something to think about, man. And in order for us to get better, we have to be able to hold each other accountable and actually depend on each other to say something to each other to push each other forward, you know? So don't hold anything in if you know you can get somebody better. And if somebody's out here doing something that you know isn't necessarily the best quality or that shows the best version of them because you know them, why would you let them go out and do it, you know? So just think about that for a moment and grow together.
Be receptive, man. Teamwork makes the dream work, man. It's cheesy, but at the same time, it's true, man. No one man has ever achieved greatness on his own. No one has ever achieved anything worthwhile, long-lasting on his own. If you build a legacy, there's help that you get along the way. So to say that you're self-made or you did it on your own or you ain't have any help, you're a lie. I'm telling you, man. I'm living it. This is one of the people that hold me accountable right here, day in and day out. If we don't talk in some way, shape, or form, we find a way. Email, text message, memes on Instagram, but not like anything jokative. At the same time, it's just something to continue to push one another. So if you don't have someone around you to push you, if you're not receptive of them pushing you, do you really want to be great? Do you really want to improve in life? Are you trying to achieve anything? I mean, it's easy to go out here and fit your own standard, but it's harder once you have to stand to someone else's standard, especially someone who wants to see you do good just as well as they want you to. You know what I mean? It's different from saying, yo, I want to be successful. But if I want to be successful and he wants to see me be successful just as bad as I do, I can't help but get better around him, because he's going to push me just as much as I need to be pushed. Even I may not push myself as much, but he's going to definitely hold me accountable, and it's vice versa. So definitely you just have to be appreciative, but at the same time be receptive of that criticism. So choose wisely.
Yeah, about 6 minutes in.
Yeah,
You can create this into a YouTube video.
definitely.
Maybe you'll get the bits and pieces of it on the IG, but look like this might be a YouTube video.
Definitely a YouTube video. Too many nuggets in here not to.
Right, so you don't want to cut you short. Maybe we need to just start going live, do it live, Facebook, something like that.
Document greatness series?
Yeah, man. It's already. I would say, man, to add to it even more, with accepting criticism, man. Too many of us think so highly of ourselves to even open our mouths to somebody else to hold us accountable, because we don't want our flaws to come to the forefront and be seen. So, you know, I can sit here and be in the mirror all day like I'm the man, looking at everything like I'm good, I'm Gucci, boy, I'm fresh, I'm this, I'm that. But I don't want to ask nobody else what they think, or no, I don't want to ask the person that I know will tell me the truth. I go talk to somebody else that don't really care, or that's just somebody that's a fan, or somebody that just want to, you know, be around me or something like that. But I won't go ask somebody that truly will sit here and be like, yo, Mo, you tripping. That ain't you. That ain't your best quality of work. That ain't what you really capable of doing. Yo, you can do much better than that. A lot of us too scared to sit here and talk to people that's gonna hold us accountable, because we scared to get put on Front Street, you know? So we gotta be accepting of criticisms, man. Even myself, I know for a fact I'm accepting of criticism, but I may not always respond the exact way to somebody that's gonna say something. Like, whoever say something to me, they might see a look on my face, because I'm very, I guess, animated. So you could get a response like, what? You know what I mean? But then after that, it's like, okay, let me process what you're talking about, because if it's something that's going to make me better, then I'm going to use it. If it's something that's not going to make me better, I don't feel like it's going to improve me, then of course I'm going to throw it in the trash. But I'm still accepting whatever you're saying in the first place, because I need to go over what you said, because obviously it's something within me that needs to be, I need to self-assess to see where I'm at and why you would approach me and talk to me about something I need to improve, you know? Or maybe it's something I do think I needed to improve, and I just wasn't bold enough to say it to myself and change it. So that's why you need accountability partners to help you out and press you towards your goals and your dreams. Somebody that cares for your dream just as much as you do, because when you sit here and slack off like I do, I got somebody that's been holding me down for years that say, bro, what you doing? Hey, yo, get up. We got workouts. Hey, yo, get up. You ain't, hey, yo, hey, you ain't did nothing in a while. You need that person to help you out as well, man. And I don't mean to say you like you just watching the video. You must. Like, I'm just saying it from experience for myself. Like, we're not in this alone.
And the beautiful thing I can speak on from this is, it's funny, because just almost a year ago around this time, I remember we were over at Henrico. We were having a discussion in the car. And it's funny how our brotherhood, it shifts right when it needs to. Because when one of us is up, the other one is down a little bit. Not even in life, but just mentally. It's just we're not pushing the way we need to. Spiritually, we might not be nourishing ourselves the way we need to. And the other one be like, yo, chin check, yo, get your stuff together. Let's get this right. And then the tides will shift. And it's always in perfect timing and stuff. But we were having a discussion at Henrico. It was a lot of uplift going on. And then I think a couple of months later, we had the same discussion. The roles had flipped, and here we are now. We in a whole different time frame. Yet the roles is constantly, it's never just one is always up and the other one's just behind, and we left there. If one is up and one might be down, we're gonna lift them up. And there's a lot of times we both riding on the same wave, and then it's a slight shift, or we see one kind of swerving a little bit. Just like if you're riding in the passenger seat with somebody, it's late at night, they may be falling asleep or something. You nudge them, hey, wake up, hey, focus. And we get right back on the same path, man. So accountability can be beautiful, man, but you have to be open to it on both ends at the same time.
Truth. One of the things I had to say for us, man, and this is just a documentation, you can listen to it as well. I'm tired of us going through the same cycle, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be God honest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the. I'm appreciative. Don't get me wrong, of how things have been set up for us to be able to move each other anytime one is down or feeling mentally out of it or psychologically not always there. But I'm just tired of the cycle, bro. I'm tired of. I understand more cycles come, and the levels of life. Each level of life, I feel like my intuition tells me each level of life comes with another cycle that you must break in order to get to the next level. So I feel like we have been hitting a ceiling for years. You know what I mean? We was doing that when we was trying to get back in school, and now we was doing that after we graduate. But I feel like it's another ceiling that we kind of got to pretty quick. And it's like I'm ready for us to level up to that point of we're putting out things on a frequent basis, as far as our services, our products, our entrepreneurship, our mentality, our mindset. We're putting out stuff on a frequent basis so that it's out here and it's documented, man. And don't get me wrong, of course I want to be very successful. I want him to be very successful. What I see for him, man, is being a well-known, if not the most known trainer, an athletic trainer in sports specific, just everything, on not only the East Coast, but brother, he can take over the East Coast, move over throughout the United States, and be traveling Australia, Europe, Asia, all these different places, because he has not only the skills and ability in that for training, but he also has the drive to do it. Like, you don't always just get somebody that got the drive, that wants to learn more, they'll put their body through whatever they're gonna do before they teach you it. Like, he has all the elements of it. And I'm like, I'm ready for us, not to say that we at that peak already. I'm just ready for us to even see more of the climb, to the point where it's like, all right, man, we out here and he's getting paid and making a living from his training alone. And what he do out here on anything else is of his time. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I train, that's how I make a living, but also I'm going into these schools, speaking to these kids. I do that for my fun. I do that for my give back. I'm sitting out here in Richmond giving people community workout sessions. That's for me to give back. And it's not necessarily I got to worry about going to this job, and that job. It's me putting out my work because I'm already getting paid for my work. And now I can go give back like I want to. The same thing I see for myself, like going out here and doing speaking. Not just being a motivational speaker, but going out here being a catalyst and being somebody that gives perspective. Like getting paid to come speak and traveling to speak and encourage. And not only just talk about problems, but give solutions to problems and share experiences. And then with that, get paid for that. And ultimately create change in the world and have that time out, man, for people to just go to elementary schools, high schools, middle schools, volunteer hours, things like that. I feel like we are in the perfect position to make those things happen. And I don't even want to rush the process. Like, I want to go through the process. I'm just tired of us having that cycle of we feeling like we moving backwards. I'm just ready to move up to that next level of the process so we can keep this thing rolling, you know? And that's matter if, you know, if you looking or not. If y'all watch this and it's 2 years later, 3 years later, if this the beginning or not, whatever. Man, we got it documented, we got it here for our kids to see and the next kids to see and somebody else that partner up with their brother to see that you got to start from where you are to get to where you want to be, and you got to trust the process. Like E.T. said, trust the process, don't rush the process. But I'm going to shut up because, you know, I talk all day.
I don't both and talk a whole lot. I just think this is a great opportunity right here, because I know I can speak for myself, but I know this will also be a message my brother can relay as well. Just when the Most High wants you to move, He gonna rattle your cage, and it's not even necessarily something physical, but it could be mental. It could be Man, I can't speak on my own. I get caught up in thinking time frame wise, can I do this? Well, I don't have the money for this and the third. I get caught up in so many things for pushing my business that when he start rattling stuff and I get really uncomfortable in my life, I'm like, okay, I don't take it as a bad thing. I'm not like, man, why me? It's like, all right, God, that's what you want. All right, get me back where my focus needs to be. Just little things, man. It's so bigger. It's so much bigger. If we're not living in our purpose, if we're not walking within God's will, He's gonna let us know quickly. He doesn't want okay for us. He doesn't want decent. He doesn't want average for us. He wants us to push and pursue everything that He has desired for us to complete. Sometimes we have to understand what we desire is not what He desires for us, but at the same time, we can grow and learn from that, man. It's so much more out there for us aside from just what we think we want. So, my brother, any social media outlets you want to publicize to the people, man, so they can keep in contact with you?
Oh, man. So, you can search me up on most social media outlets. You got SoundCloud, Facebook, and IG and Twitter. You can just search my name, Timone Brown. That's Timone, Brown as the color, BROWN. I just use my government, man, because I want you to know that true passion comes from the heart. There's no need for names for me. Other than that, Facebook, Twitter, IG, YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. You can search my YouTube up, man. And again, you can search Timone Brown. You probably see 2 accounts up there, but you'll see a couple of video series like the Celebrate Life 531 series. You also start seeing some podcast series up there as well. You can follow the podcast on SoundCloud. Sometimes, you'll have information just about struggles, overcoming, motivation, perspective, and some rants, man. But ultimately, always to share positive content and to encourage someone or give some type of critical thinking. Because today's society, man, a lot of us don't think for ourselves anymore. So I just want to give that in. And then you can also follow One Up Prep, which is on the IG, out here helping out student athletes and students in general, giving them positive exposure, and we're looking to level up in that in different ways too. So we do campus visits, campus tours, and I also want to start getting kids into entrepreneurship and connecting them with different professionals, so they can have somebody they can link up to that can help them with their passions and whatever their purpose may be. So check the boy out, and peace and love as always.
Check the man. The wrong man. No, but if you guys are finding this on YouTube and you're looking for me, God_given_grind on IG. Also, Go Hard Training Systems all together on IG, and on Facebook, Rock ROC no K Gray GRAY. All right, man. Peace and love, y'all. Y'all be easy.
Yeah.
Look at the depth.